I play keys.
I'm Jen, I play bass guitar and vocals.
I'm Dino, guitar.
I'm Sam, I sing the songs and play guitar.
I'm Daniel, I play the drums.
Ballpark, what's up, guys? Fancy meeting you here. We were in the Crowbar, which used to be the zoo. Before we get into like the venue, I suppose, I thought it would be cool if you guys did a little introduction as to where Ballpark started in 2008. It was obviously like a university assignment, right? Which is how we're all here.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we were all studying music at uni. Had a class where you had to just, form a group and play kind of whatever you wanted, which we did once a week. For a few weeks, it was us guys and no Jen. Jen was doing like a jazz class, which she didn't like, and then maybe we had played together.
Jazz, just didn't love the class.
3 weeks in or something, the lecturer or whatever's like, hey, this is Jen, she's in your group now. Yeah, all feels kind of fateful now, looking back. Yeah, it didn't seem like high stakes at the time, but yeah, that's how we met.
What was it like having the four of you together, maybe already having developed like a dynamic and then somebody being introduced? Was it sort of a warm reception, or like how did you feel, Jen, even being welcomed in? Did it feel warm? And
it felt warm. They've since told me that their initial thought was like, oh no, we've already got a keys player, we don't need a girl in the band. But it was 2008, like we've all changed a lot.
I think too, Jen came in and was like, I can be whatever I need to be for this band, which is the craziest thing, right? Here we are after all this time. So I think at the time we were like, another person, like how are we going to manage that? And then Jen was just like, I'll play bass, you guys don't have a bass player. And it was just like, okay, are you a bass player? She's like, I can play bass. Here she is all this time later playing bass. Man, it's awesome.
And it was actually very necessary. We were all so stubborn, like no one had surrendered playing guitar to play bass. We had no bass player.
Yeah.
They're pretty handy to have, aren't they?
They played me All I Want Is You, and I was like, wow, that's a really awesome song. Who's going to play bass guitar? And they're like, oh, one of us will have to do it. And I was like, if you can find a bass guitar, I'll do it. And I found one in the cupboard, and I was like, I'll work it out. Let's do it.
From that like point of meeting in 2008 and being at uni, how long did it take before you started playing live gigs together to audiences?
It was pretty immediate,
months, yeah.
really. Yeah, we probably met in the middle of 2008 and we're just playing together weekly at uni, and then we had definitely done a gig by the end of that year.
First show was 2nd of October.
Yeah.
First ever show was in this room.
Yeah.
First ever show was in this room. What do you like, I suppose, like walking in here, because this is my first time in this room. And so for me walking in, I suppose you get that like, I can feel the kind of stickiness under my feet, or like what sort of, I don't know, sensory things come to mind or memories come to mind?
I have a really vivid one because we had played here a few times. This was always like the real goal, to put out like an EP and sell the zoo out. And for an EP launch we did here, I remember standing with my back against the brick wall behind you with my family, and so many people coming up the staircase. We didn't know at this point that the show had sold out or not, and more people kept coming in, and then there was like way more people like staring at me, and I was like, I think I have to go backstage. This is like getting weird. I'm like, I can't believe all these people are here to see us. Yeah, it's like super vivid memory. I think it was the first time that I truly felt like, yeah, people were recognising us, and that, it was just a real poignant moment for me where I was like, wow, I can't believe these people all want to come and see the band.
So psycho. Yeah. Does it feel like, because now obviously it's called Crowbar, but back then it was the zoo. Are there things that feel different about the room than what it felt like back then?
There's air conditioning now, which is fantastic. It was so hot.
Had some really sweaty nights in this venue.
It feels like there's way less red velvet.
There used to be greenery up there in the rafters, I think.
It's still got the magic, but
There's still, there's
you
still
can feel it.
a familiarity.
The loading up the stairs out the back's the same.
We after our first performance, we came off stage and we opened for a bunch of people who were in the uni a couple of years ahead of us, had to host a gig as part of their course, and a band dropped out, so we got asked to come and open the show. So that was our first gig. And then when we came off stage, I was standing over there right in front of the toilets, and our lecturer was like, oh, what's plans for the band? Like, what do you got coming up? And we had nothing. I was like, oh, I don't know. we don't really have any plans. And then he was like, I think you should make some plans. He's like, I reckon this could turn out really well for you guys.
Really?
Yeah, and that was the first moment where I was like, this could be a thing. Yeah, and I yeah, feels like yesterday.
So it wasn't like ever like we want to make a career out of this. It was purely for the love of playing music.
I was
and
very
that.
low stakes to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think all of us definitely wanted to be in a band, but it was like, yeah, literally like our first year in uni. For some of us, it was our first year living out of home. We were all like 18, 19. It almost felt like, oh, it's probably too soon for something to be the real thing. You know, we're sort of still just having fun and stuff, but yeah, here we are.
Yeah, at that
We're
point
still having fun.
I don't think you've ever been like, you can't compare yourself to anyone at that point. You've never seen your own show, so you're just in it. And then I think it's more intimidating to be like, man, we're coming to play with like some people who are more gig worn than us, and it feels like, yeah, you're kind of at the bottom of the ladder in that sense. But yeah, we played and people were like surprised, and I think we were like, oh man, that reaction was great. Yeah,
It's not totally shit.
yeah. I mean, we could totally suck. Yeah, but turns out we didn't.
No, it didn't. Was that lecturer that you said was like on the side? Was it the same lecturer that put you into the group together as well?
That's right. He's his name's Jeff Green. He played drums in the band George for a long time, and yeah, he's a great mentor for us in the early days.
Big time, yeah.
We called him Band Daddy for a while. Yeah, he's great.
What do you think, like looking back, like some of the biggest milestones or moments where you're like, that was an insane thing, you know, we're obviously coming up to a really big milestone moment, but looking back, what was, I mean, for me, I was thinking you played Big Day Out. Like that's like, not many bands now can say that they played Big Day Out that, well, no one can because it doesn't exist. You know, like what are some milestone moments?
Yeah, that was a massive one. That was through Triple J Unearthed. That was like when we we were unearthed, which we definitely really wanted. Like I think, you know, it's not that you manifest it, it's that you just see other bands that get to do these things and you think, man, that would be amazing if we could one day do the same. Yeah, that's a massive one. I think winning a J Award was also pretty special around the same time for Unearthed Band, just because so many of our heroes had come through that same pathway. So you kind of think, whoa, like this is like validating.
Yeah, we definitely felt on top of the world that night. That's a long time ago, but that felt pretty good.
There's heaps of levels to it. I can remember driving down to Sydney for our first show there and being a band from Brisbane going to Sydney, the Big Smoke, you know.
It's a big milestone.
Yeah, and
Totally.
like even if it's a small gig, like that felt like it might be the only time we ever get to do this, you know, just go to the big city and play shows. And it just keeps scaling up from there, to be honest.
There was like first radio play, like it's really special.
I
We
was gonna
weren't
ask
together,
about
we were in
that,
different places, but Dean and I were at a mate's place. He was living on college at the time and we knew it was coming up, and we're listening to the radio and the song comes on, It Was All I Want Is You. And we're listening, so stoked and kind of in disbelief, and a girl walks in from the college and she's like, what's this shit we're listening to? Yeah. And then our mate's like, oh, it's these guys' band, their first play on radio. And we were like, it's okay, not everyone has to like it, you know?
Yeah, it is shit.
Yeah. So that was cool. Probably, yeah.
It probably was shit.
Yeah.
Dean, you were just saying like coming from Brisbane, like, and then, you know, going down to Sydney as a Brisbane band, because there's such a big, I've spoken to musicians before where they're kind of almost jealous of the scene in Brisbane and the culture, because it is so like you walk down into the valley and there's music venue on music venue. So going down into Sydney, did you guys feel like you had sort of the backing of Brisbane behind you in that way?
I guess our first show in Sydney was supporting a band called the Hungry Kids of Hungary, who were another Brizzy band that we were good mates with. So it did feel like, you know, a couple of bands from Brisbane coming down to Sydney doing a show. I think Boy and Bear were on that bill as well that night.
Yeah, cool.
So yeah, it was just intimidating, you know. Like I grew up in northern New South Wales too, so not far from Brisbane. So Sydney was always, and still is, just like actually the big smoke. I call Brisbane the medium smoke because this feels like that. I remember that night Sam saying at the end, getting tongue twisted, and he said, you know, thanks so much, Sydney. It's been great. It's our first time here and will no doubt be our last. instead of saying no doubt won't be our last. So
We'll see you again. It
there was a
just like
great start to our career in the big smoke in the big city, and everyone just sort of stood there with their arms folded going like, okay.
We
I don't think they loved it.
The songs where, you know, like you'd encourage the crowd to be like, right, and clap along. And like, I swear to God, they were like, they were like, you got to prove yourself.
It was a
before
harder
clap
nut
it.
to
Like, it was,
crack.
yeah, it felt like
Well,
really
like, why are
hard to get
Sydney
in.
people so cool?
Really?
Yeah,
It felt like harder to get them on side.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What about like other cities like Melbourne and stuff?
Melbourne was
Melbourne
always
was
more
good.
receptive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we probably
Melbourne-
most link with Adelaide.
Adelaide.
Yeah.
Adelaide just
Adelaide
all
was
about
always,
it, yeah.
the crowds were very similar to Brisbane. Melbourne, people kept doing circle pits for some reason.
That's cool.
Yeah. I was like, okay, I mean, at least they're getting into
Yeah,
it.
they-
But like, don't hurt yourselves.
Yeah, there was a bit of aggression, like, not targeted at anyone, but it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, what do you call that? Like angst, like Melbourne were angsty. But Sydney was a tough nut to crack.
Interesting. I wonder if Adelaide is like more open because like not everybody goes to Adelaide, so when they
Yes.
get music, they're like, yes, I'm so
Yeah.
excited, you know, like they're all
reckon.
pumped. Yeah.
We've always cited just the presence of like the music industry, like primarily being in Sydney, as the main reason why it feels different there. You know, those kinds of people, bless them, they're at the shows and stuff. Like it just gives it a different atmosphere,
Yeah.
which is probably like a nice thing in Brisbane is that we don't have that. It's like a scene, you know, for the people, by the people. You know, free
Well,
of
less
that
pressure.
influence. Yeah.
So it's funny, like whenever you see like a band performing to industry people, I feel like a common thing on the microphone is like, I know you're industry, but you can still get up and dance and sing
Yeah,
along. Like,
yeah.
it's like it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Being on the radio for the first time is like such a core memory. But do you remember the first time you hit on the Hottest 100 or even like ARIA charts, anything like that?
Yeah, but first Hottest 100, I was so drunk. So drunk. Yeah.
That was at Matt's.
No,
Oh,
we were at yours.
That was at yours
on
at
Park Street.
Park Street.
Was it?
Yeah.
No, I
Oh,
get them
the
all
garage.
confused.
Yeah, it's Park Street. And
It was awfully hot. It was terrible.
It always is.
Sweaty.
On that time
Yeah,
of
it
year,
was so sweaty.
it was euphoric though, like extremely euphoric. I think that we'd been like close previously but missed, and
Leave at 1:30 or something.
that's a tough one. I mean, it's almost a rite of passage as an Aussie artist to sit there and listen to the whole day of Countdown and not hear yourself come in. It's tough, you know, especially when you're at a party. I think we're in the 30s.
Yeah, like we definitely would have given up by then.
Oh,
Over
yeah.
into the 30s, where like we're no chance. So yeah, you're just like, you know, you're
two in?
you're commiserating. Yeah. So at that point, we're in quite a state, and then you're shocked because it's coming. So it's pretty
What
wild.
song was it?
We had All I Want Is You and It's Nice to Be Alive.
Okay.
In that year. Aria's is great too. The first Nom, that's weird. That's a show you watch as a kid. Yeah, so it's weird to go. We feel like a bit out of our depth with stuff like that. But when we got there and they tell you where you're seated, and we were like in the nosebleed, and we were like, these are not the winner's seats.
Yeah, they're not waiting 20 minutes for us to come down and get our award.
That was a sick night though. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. We let our hair down a bit that night. But yeah, when there's like they're about to announce the winner, and yeah, the cameras there's like 7 cameras on an artist in the category that's not you. You're just like, awesome, congrats to them. Yeah.
The first ARIAs, I went by myself.
Oh yeah, that's
with
right.
my partner at the time. These guys are all in Europe, and I was like, please don't win, please don't win,
Oh my
please don't win. I didn't want to get up there. I was thinking,
in case you do.
no. Oh, I probably just would have.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. See ya. Bye.
We actually told them to not give us one because we knew you couldn't hold up a speech. Yeah.
The worst part about those things is that even though every logical part of your brain knows it's not us, like you're saying with the cameras and the seats, this foolish part of you right up until the moment, it's like, but you never know. It could be us.
Like,
Like,
cameras on you, and it's like the first time they're trying something new.
Yeah.
What just pan, like, So let's talk about supporting Oasis. I'm going to talk about how I found out about you supporting Oasis because we were at the Triffid and I was talking to you, Sam, and you were like really pumped, like kind of like very energetic, and you're like, yeah, we had some really good news yesterday, and I was like, oh, yeah, cool. And you're like, can I tell you? I was like, yeah. You're like, can't tell anybody. Yeah, that's cool. I'll know. And you told me that you're supporting Oasis, which is why it's like very cool for me to be here talking to you now because it's all come together, and cannot wait to see you on that stage. I'm so excited. But I suppose let's start out like, Paul, why don't you tell us, like, what is your memory of finding out that you were like that call had been made?
I think I was the last to find out, maybe.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Sam gave us a call, and I think he did the same gag with everyone, did you?
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, got a
good
call
gag.
from our management, and there's 2 brothers from Manchester who want you to support them over here in Australia, and I was straight away, I know exactly who that is.
Took me ages to work it out. Sam's going, Jen, think
Think ab-
about it. And I'm like,
Really?
yeah, I think I,
Like
need you to
Tom
spell
was
it
even
out.
in the background, like, oh my God, Jen, put 2 and 2 together.
I left you hanging. I just was silent, and you were like, hey, "Do you know what?" I was like, "I need you to elaborate because I do not want to respond to this until I know that you're actually about to say what you're about to say." Crazy.
So
Yeah.
you got the call initially, Sam. You got the call.
Yeah, one of our managers, Andy, who's been with us almost since day dot and is an Englishman, he called us, called me rather. I was driving to the studio and I said, how you going? He's like, oh, I'm all right. Got a bit to sort out. I was like, oh, is everything okay? He's like, oh yeah. He's like, it's good news too. And I'm thinking, what's happening? I said, yeah, what's going on? And he's like, oh, we've got to reschedule and move all the European dates that we have for October, November. I was like, oh, okay, why? And then he said, well, yeah, there's 2 brothers from Manchester who are coming to Australia who want you to play with them. I'm certain I just said, fuck off.
Yes, absolutely.
Because, these sorts of opportunities have not really happened to us. We have not had, super snazzy support slots or anything like that. We truly never thought we were in the running for such a thing. So
Well, because you didn't even know you were in the running, right? Like you didn't.
no, knew
like-
nothing. No one did. Yeah.
Which is crazy. And that's also so fascinating. Like they could have any band in the world that they wanted, but they chose an Australian artist to support them, which is really quite incredible. It was also like the tweet online. Was it Liam that was tweeting? Yeah. And Liam's tweet, someone says, whose decision was it to have Bullfuck Music support? And then he's tweeted mine.
Yeah.
Which is like, what's that feel like when you see that, you know?
Well, we had like days of speculation after we first found out, going how, why, who, what happened. I feel like we still don't know the full story. But yeah, there was lots of that happening, and then to see that was awesome. Like that was finally like, okay,
So it's
he had
them?
something to do with it.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And like that's like so one-worded mind.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like so powerful.
That's all we
Yeah.
needed. Yeah.
And that truly was like the best feeling of all, because obviously it's exciting, and
Yeah.
of course we were always going to, jump at the opportunity. But I remember it was like announced that we were supported, and obviously getting lots of press coverage and stuff that day. But we're sitting there, on one hand excited, but still kind of like, I don't really know exactly how this has fallen into place. And naturally, with a big announcement like that, there's a few detractors in the crowd who are like, what a shit choice or whatever, and you're feeling like a runt
Bit
or
of
whatever.
imposter
And
syndrome.
that evening we saw that, and you're just like, boom, he's actually heard a song. Like, how good's that?
Yeah, I tried to, I swear I saw somewhere that he said Manny was a banger. Is that right? Yeah, I can't find the tweet. I was trying to find it this morning and I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
I like Manny.
Yeah, I like Manny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I like Manny. Yeah, that's
Like,
why.
Which is also so fascinating because it's not like it's like Nice to Be Alive or something where it's like a forefront in the top 5 Spotify played tracks. It's like,
Yeah.
it's in that discography deep in there, like.
Yeah, it was awesome. I think a week later or 2 weeks later, he shared the YouTube video for Manny on his Twitter as well. Yeah, obviously I was sleuthing his Twitter a fair bit.
Yeah.
Or his ex account.
I feel like it's just a cool, like, reaffirming thing in music when, I suppose, like, when we talk about sitting in the nosebleed and not being in the winner's seats, like, I don't think we've ever been in the winner's seats. I don't think we've ever, there are no shortcuts that reveal themselves. When an opportunity like that comes along, you kind of think, where's the connection here? But when it's like bona fide because of the music, and you can think, oh, maybe someone in the industry made this choice and they think it's a good fit. But when you know that the band themselves, who are obviously so inspiring to us, just made that connection through music, like we do when we choose people to come on tour for support, because the music does the talking. And that was a really affirming feeling,
Absolutely.
Yeah, I guess it's rewarding for working for a long time and plugging
Totally.
away, and then it felt like this shit never happens to us. But, you know, but it was the music that got it across the line. It wasn't, you know, a phone call, you know, to a friend.
That's the thing, right? Like the art speaks, like the vocals, right?
Yeah, it's very rock and roll.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like a good friend of ours coined the term "the rock and roll adventure continues" years ago. It was our tour manager Greg, who's passed away. He's a massive legend, and every time there was ever you wake up, you know, in the middle of a tour and everyone's dusty and it's terrible, and you get in the tour van, he's like, "All right, the rock and roll adventure continues." So kind of lived by that as basically a rule. So to have this be the next chapter of our rock and roll adventure is pretty bizarre and very rock and roll. So, you know, we're gonna lap it up.
Yeah, the fact that it's like probably the biggest thing that's happened in our career, and that it's so, rock and roll and human, that like just literally someone in their band's like, I like this song, you know.
Amazing.
No fancy industry shit with someone being like, oh, it must be this band or whatever.
Totally.
Like, extremely awesome
Hopefully
feeling.
you get the chance to speak to them and ask, like, how did you come across us? Like, well, how did this happen? You know, I really want to know the answer to that. You know, yeah. Do you have to prepare differently for something like this, or like, do you feel one's like higher stakes for these sorts of shows?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I just want to do a good job, because ultimately we're there to pump up a lot of people to see Oasis, you know, and that's what you want. Like you just want to leave the stage knowing that we did the best job we could to make people excited to see, you know, this absolutely legendary band.
We're talking about like, okay, we're going to do rehearsals. Like, is there anything special that we're going to do? Is there anything different? And we'll kind of realize like, we just have to put on a good rock show.
Yeah.
And we've done that nearly 600 times. Like, we know how to do a show. We know how to play the songs. We just have to do that really well.
Yep.
And I feel like you don't need
Like,
any
I feel
more
like that's
bells
what's
and
got
whistles.
you to this point anyway, right?
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to like try and like, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you got to trust that what we've, you know, put together over all these years has some merit, and just get up there and feel confident that we can just do what we've always done. Yeah, you don't want to be up there so like out of your ordinary mode of thinking that you like, you overcomplicate it and
Totally.
ruin it for yourself.
Totally.
Yeah, that's probably going to be one of the trickiest things, just believing that
That
what
the
we
show
already
is-
do is the thing we need to do.
Like the formula's worked for like so long. It's also been such a massive year for you in terms of like the formula working, like #1 album on the ARIA charts, which is crazy. For that to have happened like basically within the same couple of weeks of like how are you guys feeling all over? Like, do you feel like you're living in a dream?
We're all like, it's very real. It's been a wild year. Like we sort of had all that news and then went into the biggest tour we've ever done as well, which was 14 weeks on the road through Australia. And since that tour finished, it kind of finished, and then it's like a couple of gigs in between, and then Oasis. So this last few weeks has just been thinking about this enormous opportunity looming in the background, you know?
Kind of cool that you had that 14-week tour though, because it's like the best sort of rehearsal you could possibly do before
we're
going
very
into
well
something.
prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a rare opportunity for us after this time though to play to an audience that we need to win over. Like, you know, that tour, you're playing to a crowd who are coming to see you. We've done a few things overseas where the market for us is like still growing, and you're there to kind of prove something, you know, which is what we did. You know, that's how we cut our teeth for a long time here in Brisbane, in Sydney, trying to win them over. I feel like we're most inspired when we have an opportunity to win them over. This is a massive one. It's
That's
like
interesting.
more than 50,000 people a night who you might have an opportunity to win over. So so there's obviously a bit of pressure, but also I feel like it often lights a fire under the band when that opportunity is there, which you don't really feel until you walk out on stage. So it's going to be pretty overwhelming, but I also feel like, sometimes that brings the best out of us. So excited about that as well.
That's true. That's true. Are you rehearsing a lot as well in the studio and stuff, or just kind of?
We're thinking about it.
We will rehearse for the show, it's true.
Before like you go on a stage or do any stage, it doesn't have to be like with Oasis. Are there rituals or routines that you guys go through together as a group?
Oh, there's nothing too demanding. We typically all just hang out and drink some beers, and then I write the set lists out these days. Everyone warms up and then we put our hands in and we pick a new word every show depending on what's been going on that day, and just 1, 2, 3, on we go.
There's no like dancing around a fire. Nothing
No,
like
it's
that.
not too ceremonial. Well, what's it going to be?
Yeah.
What's the word
Night
today? Yeah.
I dare say it'll be Oasis.
We can't do that for
You
every show.
never predict it, yeah.
You guys are also like quite infamous for changing up your set lists as well. Do you think you'll do that for these, or do you kind of feel like you'll stick to more of a structure?
Depends how the first one goes.
Yeah.
If the first one comes out of the
We'll judge
hand
it better.
nicely
Yeah.
and we land it well, then we'll probably stick with it, to be honest.
I reckon it'll change.
Yeah, you think
There
so?
are a few
We
that
always get
we
bored.
wanna. Yeah. Then there's a few that we wanted to swap out, and depending on how the song went on the first night.
Yeah,
so
okay.
We'll see.
Where is the first show?
Melbourne.
Melbourne. Okay, cool.
I feel like it keeps us on our toes to have even just some slight variation in every single show, you know, like.
Even if it's just swapping the one song out, like that.
It's also really nice for the audience, for people who see you, like, because there are fan members that would come to a lot of shows.
Yeah.
So it's really cool for them to see a different show each time.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like we do it for them in
Do
particular.
you? Yeah.
Yeah, well, I've got a handful of like hardcore fans now that are at almost every show, and you're like, well, I can't do the same one again for them.
Yeah.
We better give them at least one different song.
Wait, so what was the fans' reaction when they found out? Because then you would have some people in your DM surely very proud of you.
Yeah. It's awesome. It's like, I think a lot of people also are like, oh man, like, you know, this thing that's so special to me and feels so close to me is now, you know, getting exposed to so many more people, and they feel protective over you, you know? Like, if people write negative comments, like, we always have almost this little army of fans that they're going to bat for us, which is so nice, you know? They've kept us nice and protected from that stuff over the years. But yeah, they're obviously very supportive, super stoked. But also, like, don't forget about us. Like, we're not going to, we promise.
Totally. Oh, that's so, I wonder if anybody's bought tickets to see Ballpark and not Oasis.
Figure maybe one or two.
I'd be curious. I'll have to talk to Mel. Is it really important to the story of Ballpark to be supporting Oasis, or do you think it's not necessarily, like, doesn't make up the foundation of it? Do you know what I'm sort of trying to say?
I think this deep into the story, we're much less kind of, what's the word? Like, when you're young, you can't help but be a little bit sort of career-minded and ambitious, and you're looking for these next steps, and you know, care a bit more about that stuff. I think, you know, we've been doing a long time now, and I feel like we're pretty settled in what we do, and you really just take each new experience at face value. So part of us, especially with the way they chose us, you want to just experience as a fellow band to them, just be like, we're here to do exactly what you're doing, which is to just, you know, rock out and have a great time with like all these people and seeing it in a really sort of simple way. I mean, it's obviously no doubt like a big thing, but I think we're trying to approach it in just a humble, practical way. I just want to enjoy the shit out of that week, you know, that we're doing the tour.
Totally. Were Oasis like a huge or like a creative influence for you guys at all? Like, or were you big Oasis fans?
Yeah, they feel in my DNA a bit, you know, like what's the story just blew up when I was a kid. What's that?
95 it came out.
Yeah, so I'm 6 years old. Yeah, I have really like clear memories. Like me and my sister used to watch Rage every Saturday morning with our dad while he just chilled out, and that's like a real building block for our love of music. And I can remember when Wonderwall and Don't Look Back in Anger were both like at the top of the charts, and we loved those songs, like, and we'd wait there for the film clips, and then Dad had the record and we'd just play it non-stop in the car. So yeah, it just feels in your blood, all those songs, and that simple, strong, melodic songwriting's just like always kind of been in there.
Totally.
Yeah, every guitarist that starts to play guitar learns Wonderwall. Like it's just crazy, like proper.
And still today.
Yeah, it's insane.
I used to tell Sam when I started writing songs that I was just like mushing together Oasis and Neutral Milk Hotel, and that was like my sweet spot. And we used to giggle about that.
That's cool though. Like we I remember we had a trip overseas a few years ago, but we all watched one of the docos on the way back, and then just like back and forth discourse on the doco, and again hearing more about that whole story and where they began. And I know that a bunch of us revisited that when we got offered this support, just to be like, holy shit, we see it from a different lens now, knowing that we've somehow become a tiny part of this story, which is pretty amazing. Yeah,
and it's like part of the story where it's like they're being off the radar for so long and now coming back. Like it's not like it's not like Coldplay, who have been touring forever. It's still been amazing to support Coldplay, but this is like there's such a big, I don't know, like the whole world is watching this tour, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we joked about it for sure. Like I in a meeting with our management last year, we were talking about the plot for this year, and I was like, oh yeah, and once we lock down the Oasis support, like it should be sweet, like proper piss take, like as if that will happen. Yeah. Wild.
The beauty of it was when the dates got announced, we had a Europe trip locked in. So we're like, oh great, Oasis are back and we're not going to be here, so we won't be able to see them anyway. And then now we will. We get to see them. So
Oh my God.
worked out really well.
Yeah, a bunch of my close friends, we'd all grown up listening to Oasis, and they all bought tickets, and I was like, I can't join, I'm going to be in Europe, and I was so gutted about it, and then now I'm there.
Yeah, you'll be at a few of the shows.
2025 is not happening. Yeah. Do you guys think that this moment will change how people see you as a band?
Hard to say, I guess. We definitely speculate about it. I think, like we sort of said, we really haven't done that many things that have such a large amount of press coverage, and it's a sort of a talking point for like a much bigger audience beyond what we usually reach. And again, like we said, we're just going to show up and do what we've always done, and hopefully people enjoy that. But yeah, it will be interesting to be on the other side of it, see.
It's impossible to know what it means, but like for the future, and it's kind of good that it's impossible to know what it means, because then you can just go into it going, let's just make the most of the opportunity and do what we love. Like I love playing music with these guys, and that's what I'm going to do. And when I'm out there and I'm, might feel a little bit anxious at the start, I'm like, how cool is this? That's it. That's the best part of it.
That shit sort of doesn't even matter that much. I think we're thinking we get to do 5 shows with Oasis, and that it's going to be so much fucking fun. That's like literally all I'm focusing on, is how good it's going to be for us, and for decades to come, we'll be like, remember
100%.
when we...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking just then. I was like, I mean, already like you're telling your kids, like you guys, most of you have children, like are they old enough to even understand what this means? Like, can they comprehend?
My daughter, I've got an 8-year-old daughter, and it's pretty funny to be like, okay, so Oasis. I'm like, you know Taylor Swift? I'm like, Oasis is like, it's like that big. Right? Like it's so, but yeah, we've been smashing the discography since then. Nice. And like she knows all the songs now.
That's
she
cool.
sings along to
How
them.
good's that?
Absolutely loves it. I think she reckons she's a shot at meeting him too at one of the shows. I'm like, please, just chill. Yeah.
Having been such a fan of you guys for so long, and for my personal favourite Australian band. I say this to you guys all the time. So for me, I'm just like, I don't think anybody is more perfect for this, and I cannot wait to see it. And just even being involved in this tiny little amount of context here is like the world. So I don't know, I'm just can't wait, and congratulations.
I hope we do you proud.
Oh, you will. I feel like it's kind of impossible not to. You just, like you said, you just go out there and you just like be ballpark music. Like that's kind of the point, right?
Oh, it's going to be the best week ever.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. The come down from
This will be
one is-
massive.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this whole year's been big come ups and come downs. I don't think it's healthy for you. But we keep saying too, even if we have shit sets, we get to knock off and drink beers and watch Oasis 5 times.
Totally.
So like
not
you
all
pretty
bad.
much can't lose.
No, I got a invitation because I didn't get tickets. I tried and I didn't, and then now I get to go and see them, and I'm like frothing as well. So I get to see you guys and then Oasis. I'm like, well, that's a very good 2-for-1 deal. So, cool. Well, thanks for chatting with me today, guys. And,
pleasure.
See you there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Far away.